public Wi-Fi, and I'm like, okay, where the fuck am I supposed to be going? And you know, okay, so I'm like, okay, cool, I passed it. Great, my favorite. I'm really glad that today is the day that my you know, Verizon decided to absolutely shit me for like me paying their services. You know, I'll put my stream download dip to 1 bit per sec. Oh my fucking god, that's literally non-functional. Um, but yeah, no. So like, I get brain. So like, I get there, I get to like the McDonald's, and I'm like, okay, let me pull up my phone and start searching for like the courthouse again. I come to realize I passed it. I was supposed to make a turn earlier. Um, and like on the way there, I ended up getting like breakfast, like brunch kind of situation. Conclusion: Verizon is dumb and I hate it. Same. Um, but like I get to like the courthouse just in time for it to start absolutely fucking pouring rain. Like we basically had a series of water, like, you know, rain spouts. Or you're on early. Welcome on, Cowboy Boat. Glad to have you sweeping. Yes, I am out. I am on early. We are. I got today off, so yeah, today off from work. So right here was insane this morning. So here in the coming months, people should be noticing better connections since company can no longer throttle services. Period. Yep. Here's hoping. Um, I need to stop. I mean, to be fair, this is like part of the process is iterating on the line work. You want quiet for a second? It might just be me thinking, because I am to some degree trying to finish up this art today. Yeah, it's fine. I'll leave this as is. I can't having a picnic for a recent date because of the rain. So yeah, I get to the I mean, quite as in no audio played. Weird. Maybe it was like stream lag. I don't know how many frames dropped. Um, so I get there and like I'm like, okay, well, thank God I have an umbrella. Uh, I walk up to the doors of the courthouse and they're locked. I'm like, God fucking damn it. Are you kidding me? It turns out, no, I was just like on the opposite side of the building I was supposed to come in on. So we walk around. Thankfully, I have my umbrella as it continues to like periodically just absolutely pour soaking rain. It basically cloudbursts, like intermittent cloudbursts. And I finally get inside. I cast my vote, whatever. Um, and I'm like, well, fuck, I don't actually know how to get home from here. I end up driving the entirely wrong direction. And I think on the way home, I have a mini stroke or something. Because like apparently I stopped at a red. My memory stops. I check back in and I realize it's been green for like 3 or 4 seconds. And the car behind me, like local elections. So today is the what's it called? Not preliminary, but like basically the elections for parties. And so I'm like, okay, fuck. Like I immediately Mother Nature tried to actively murder me yesterday. That's how it feels like today. Apparently, also, one of the things that happens on days like this is they call in all of the cops in the entire fucking state. Because while driving home, I saw no less than 3 different pullovers and was involved in one because of that aforementioned like mini pass out moment I had where he's like, hey, why did you just stop? And I'm like, I got nothing for you, man. I basically like, you know, I think he realized that like I was just having like a weird day, so he like let me go. But it was definitely like a bizarre moment of like, I don't, what the fuck's going on with my brain? Even more than usual, honestly. Like, I guess that's good. Yeah. I mean, like, he did ask for license registration, but I think that's kind of like you basically have to do that. Yeah, what if... I mean, no, definitely a weird day. There we go. I love this song. But so eventually I'm like, hey, Mr. Police Officer, can you point me to this street? Because like this is where I live. I'm just like I'm lost and I don't actually have my Wi-Fi that I normally use to find my way around places. And he was like, yeah, sure, you go here, here, here. And I didn't even like remotely follow what he told me. I just basically retraced my steps and managed to make it back home. At which point I'm like, what the fuck happened? It's been a weird day, suffice to say. Okay, I need to add some. Let's see, I think I can relatively get away with like mostly. I think like just a little bit of indicators here. They're like. I'm going to rotate. Just a strange day. I see Devil's Rejects in my head when I hear this. Yeah, what if I now erase this line? How does that read? I love these movies, but goddamn is Rob Zombie a dick? That doesn't look so bad. Part of me is like, I think with the stretch. But so just a strange day because like I basically have nothing to do, so I'm just streaming art. I might work on some emotes after this is done, depending on depending on where my energy's at. I also have some games I downloaded, so that way like if I'm in the mood for just like okay let's just take it easy. We're just vibing today. I'm gonna use the bathroom, so I'm bringing all of chat with me. Pissing all by yourself. I guess you aren't pissing all by yourself. You have all of chat with you. Happy to vibe. I'm glad. Okay, so this is I can kind of tell from the preview that this is at least reading properly. Sorry, Kasai left me behind. I'm sorry. Okay, I can't really. It's kind of hard for me to like. I don't really think there's much more I can do in terms of adding fluff to areas. I'm like looking at this and I'm like, there's I don't know how the fuck to fix this. I guess it's like I've accidentally created a situation here where I have to I have a parallel line. Wash your hands. Yes, be sure to wash your hands, especially if you're bringing chat in there. You don't know where chat's been. There we go. Actually, that looks pretty not bad. I'm like, okay, I could probably add some like light feathering here. But I had to wash from my hands to my elbows when I take a number 2. Oh my god. That's fair enough. Finally, this is important. I was in the dumpsters behind Arby's again. What were you doing there? Do like Pourquoi? What do you mean again? I guess you snacks. That's not a good. That's not that. You know, that's not really a particularly good response. You know, there's many responses I would have accepted there, but snacks is not one of them. Welcome on in, Steven. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. Let's fight. Okay. Okay. Erase this line. Erase that line. There you go. Now no longer looks like it's like plasticined here. It actually looks like there's like an effect going on with it. Raccoon, I only eat garbage, hence it's Arby's dumpsters. I think about watching a music video of musical analysis free for someone who's never heard the song before. And when the guitar took over the last of the vocals, she was blown away at how long the section was and how it could continually raise the anticipation of it ending and build us up the entire song. Oh, for sure. From a musical perspective, it's an incredibly well-written guitar solo. Oh my god. Listen, I don't unfortunately I don't have a model like Popma that I can just like pull the shirt off of. Titties. Shocked ass titties. How does this look? Okay, like that looks fine, but then okay. Yeah, so that looks fine. I just need to figure out how to like steal Starky's lab coat redeem. That'll probably be a redeem with the new model. Which also like I might have to because I haven't heard anything from the comic artist, and it's been like a month at this point, and so I'm like gonna be like, hey, you know, I'm patient, but also I would appreciate like any amount of communication. Shirtless burb, exactly. Shit. Actually, what if I just erase? God damn. Actually, I don't hate that effect. This is me kind of like learning a lot about like this is I love pieces like this because I also get to learn a lot about like kind of like what I'm doing. Okay. Part of this is like now I have to fix the line work. Oh, welcome, Casaba. You're the one who put in Buddy Holly. The story reel isn't even here yet. Oh, thank you for the save. That's actually a good reminder. All right. This is kind of a jam. There we go. I like that effect. There you go. Just like a single hair out of place. Classic Tenacious D just is different. That's how I was first introduced to Jack Black. I think I was introduced to Jack Black through the album for what was the movie Jack Black was in where he's like the black sheep of the family, like he wants to be a rock star. Can't remember the name of the movie. I think I was introduced to Jack Black through that soundtrack first and foremost. I was also insane his mother is a scientist that did the calculations for NASA and the Apollo missions while pregnant with him in post-birth hospital. That's wild. School of Rock? It might. I don't think it was School of Rock. I'm like, I realize now part of my problems like this is like why I want to learn lineless art, so that I don't have to deal with this shit every single time. Like I don't have to fucking thin out my lines every single time because I use one line for inking, like one line thickness for inking, and it ends up being a mistake every single time. Hello? Spotify? You okay? I shouldn't have skipped. I shouldn't have skipped. Oh well, we're here now. I'm in spin. Starky. It's what do you mean, Starky? It's literally never my fault. This one's Kasayupa's fault. Common Starky L. The burb hurt itself in confusion. Skipping into purgatory just a little bit. God, why are these I'm like, I think I just have to make peace with the fact that I used lines that were way too thick. Because like if I actually sit here and try to repair all of these lines, I'm gonna be here for 10,000 years. I do think thinning out the eyes here a little bit's important though. When in doubt, expressions are the things people pay the most attention to, so getting these right is kind of important and part of why they've been my major focus up to this point. Did your new drawing tablet come in? It did. I need to set it up though. Oh my god, that's already such a big difference. Oh my fucking god. So I think that might have been what was wrong with the eyes. Is I accidentally turned him into a fucking raccoon with how thick these lines were. That's me. I'm in spin right now. No, do not scam me. I can't even see what I look like. But the me is covered with DA's chat. Chat, be honest with me. How bad is it? Derp burb, great. Dirt, great. Two dorp burbs back to back. Hot scan. Oh my god, it's the clogs. Oh my god. It was the fucking thickness of the lines the whole time. Excuse me, why are you live? I don't work today. Welcome on, Chaos. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. I got today off as part of a state holiday because it's the primary election day. Early Starky, welcome on, Ledker. Glad to have you, Sweeping. Yes, we are quite early today. You go ahead and remove some of the frankly horrifying amount of eyeliner. It was to pull double duty and torture mods, just a little bit. Actually, thinning that out still looks great because it's kind of an implied shape. German Shepherd in my lap, heck yeah. But welcome on though, like Crow and Chaos. Glad to have you, Sweet Beans. Oh my god. Okay, thinning out the lines made such a huge difference. They no longer look like horrifying. Okay, so yes, it is. Yes, it is. It was absolutely the eyes. All right, I feel confident now about going into the coloring step. Oh, Turvy, welcome on, Raiders. Glad to have you. Can we get a shout for Turvy? For those who don't know, I'm StarkyMorph, Big A Chaos Crew Internet, variety stream live every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday from 6 to 9 p.m. EST. Mostly I play indie games, however, will on occasion play a game that's backed by big corporations such as Spike Chunsoft, Nintendo, VR Chat, Larian Studios. We've been playing BG3 on Thursdays. I also do art, which I'm going to start doing twice a week. But yeah, we are vibing on this lovely day. I'm earlier than I usually am because of the value of the fact that I didn't work today. So, yeah, it's been a little bit of a wreck today, but we're vibing. We're mad vibing on this car crash of a day. Welcome on though. How was art? How was your art? I absolutely love your style to bits. So I'm sure you did an absolutely amazing job. Remember, is it control? Okay, but where's the sample tool? Yes. Oh, okay, there it is. Okay. I need one below. Okay, I'm trying. I've. Okay, so it's below line work. I put all of the line work on one layer. I vote by mail because I hate going places. Understandable. To be honest with you, it took me 2 hours at least to vote. Starky, do you own any clogs? I do not. But yeah, no, it took me 2 hours to vote, and that was like not even considering that. Okay, so part of that was me being an idiot and not realizing that I'd used all of my phone data. Still, 2 hours to vote is a long time. My favorite place on earth is dim sum paradise, and you can live a long life, baby, but feel a bit worse because of asthma, so I drink some warm beverage to keep me warm. For sure, go get some rest, especially with asthma. I know how scary that is, and ours gone well. I'm glad. Your art style is super duper wonderful, so I'm sure you did. I'll be excited to see whatever you make. If you want to share it, of course. Do you own any Crocs? I do not. Crocs are gross. I've never worn any, so. But I think that'd be rude. Right, some soon ago. I know that it might sound crazy, but my favorite place on earth is Dim Sum Paradise. And you can live a long life, baby, but you haven't lived until the Dim Sum Paradise. Because the table is round, then everybody knows that you could live a long life, baby, but you haven't lived until the Dim Sum Paradise. Wings and noodles and rice, so pass me the shumai. Gotta keep the dogs out. I have my grippers for... Here's the thing. I'm one of the psychopaths. Like, I have a hardwood floor house. I don't wear socks around the house because I don't think they're comfortable. I don't know if that makes me like, because I know a lot of people are like, if you have hardwood floor, you have to wear socks because otherwise you track a lot of dirt everywhere. Whereas I'm just like, I just have like periodic rugs. Papa's got us addicted to these songs. These songs are jammers, so like, understandable. Art's looking amazing. Blast, I'm working, so I shall work for now. For sure. One of the joys about art streams are that like you can just check in every like 20 minutes or so and see all the progress. So like, do not feel bad about lurking. And turn down the stabilization just a touch. Wish I had enough points to redeem Borb so you could sing as the Borb. There is a clip somewhere in my clip history of me singing the DK rap as the Borb, which is horrifying. I don't wear socks unless I'm wearing shoes, or else my feet get so dry. No, it was amazing. Fair enough. That was because there's not a unfortunately there's not a karaoke edit of the DK rap, so I just sang over it. Okay. Borb karaoke stream. I might do one of those again, although I probably want to get like more practice as a vocalist. I do need to at some point record vocals for the trailer thing. Which is like still one of those things that I've been putting off, largely because I I don't want to do it after I've been in the office a couple of days. Because like my voice is always rough from, the work air. And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wait to get home. And then when I get home, I'm like, I'm exhausted. I do not want to stand up when I work from home. So I'm just like, okay, fine. You excited to go and go somewhere with Papa? Yeah, that's gonna be a lot of fun. I gotta make sure I need to find where I put that sage. I got a bundle of sage when I went to a Ren fair. I'm gonna burn that on the way out just as like a, just in case. Oh, let me go and do something up for Dia real quick. There we go. Song's a jam. I'm excited for your ghost hunt. And then there's Chunky. He's dead. Love going on hunt with you guys. Oh, for sure. Like, honestly though, like, hunts are like exhausting. Like, that's the thing. Like, when we went to the first one, I was not expecting to end up as exhausted as I was. Also, that is where you are. Hi, Nam. Welcome on. I'm glad to have you. Give a shout for Nam and also Delos. What are you? None of you see anything. There is nothing do not look at the board behind the mod view. Welcome on, though. Glad to have the two of you. I ain't going to no ghost hunt. Papa and Strike would feed me to the ghouls. Listen, I'm willing to help us both escape the ghouls. Papa for sure is going to would feed you to the ghouls, though. Okay, let me go and turn down the stabilization even more. Starkey, do you believe in the paranormal? No. I think the closest thing, I'm snack size. Where shit goes down is the slow one who gets caught, so you can push Papa down if necessary. Here's the thing, Papa's got fucking military training though. Like I'm pretty sure that like in an actual situation where like it's the two of us, I'm pretty sure I'm the one who's fucked. All right. Papa could easily kick my ass. Oh, yeah, no doubt about it, which is why I'm like part of me is like it would be funny if I went in there and scared Papa during a ghost hunt, and then part of me is like I would actually get like fucking thrown against the wall. It would be funny, but not worth it. Also, I think my mods are away at the moment, so let me go and get a shout out for Nam and Delos. Two very, very sweet beans. What we have Nam, the safe for work streamer bean, and then Delos, the very sussy but super, super skilled artist. Seriously, like Delos is the way Delos works with art is genuinely incredibly impressive. Starkey, use your famed giant ninja abilities. Oh my fuck! You do make a good point. Oh, okay. Follow the sweet beans. Exactly. By the way, add something to the queue that is absolutely your fault. What do you mean it's absolutely my fault? Become Borb and roll faster than Papa can. God, my line work is so fucking thick. I like thickness, but this is not the place for it. The funniest thing to do will be to disappear under suspicious circumstances. That would be pretty funny, actually. Okay, and so it goes under the jowl as well. Okay, so he's kind of like cheeks going on that I need to also think about how. Man, Alec is such a cutie. Oh, for sure. Apparently, he's actually moving away from this design towards closer like a gator roo. So hopefully he doesn't mind that I'm using this design. I always feel like, I'm like, oh, I like making art for friends, but I'm also like nervous that I'm gonna do something that like they don't like with the design, and I'm like, ah. Okay. Need to outline the smile. That smile, that damned that's the where the problems all start. That damned smile. I just I missed that. So moving away from the yin part of the hybrid, yeah. I don't know. He offhandedly mentioned it in DA's stream yesterday, so I'll have to do some blending. I will say, if there's one thing that's really, really nice about Alec's design is that it's all like he he doesn't have a color picker here, but the colors are like consistent enough across it that it's at least it's relatively easy to use. My what brain? Why it's easy to you? Me when it's easy to you. Oxford model, some nice cake. Now, but I haven't actually looked at the ass on my 3D my new model yet. But streamy hero. Okay. I should probably zoom in just a little bit more, so I have like an idea of what I'm working with. There we go. I think Jelly was too afraid since I'm safe for work. Understandable. Here's the thing, like I don't talk like I don't overtly sexualize my stream, but I also like talk about like I'm like kink positive here. So like we do talk about kinks like a decent amount of the time. So I'm like, okay, well I'm just not, I am decidedly not safe for work, but also like, you know, not overtly sexualized about it. At least that's what I like to think. Bucket, 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 bucket. Where's the bucket? Actually, where? There's the bucket. Ahem. What do you mean? Borb? What? What'd I say? Wait, Nom is safe for work? Well, at least Nom's stream is like 13 plus, a la like Merle. I'm trying to balance my creator account between body positivity and content creation. It's rough. Yeah, that's the thing. That's kind of why I'm like, it's like why I tend to keep my more sus stuff to Twitter. And like, you know, like I enjoy the like feeling of getting art that is more suggestive. It's really nice. That Twitter drawing of Starky still lives in my head. Exactly. But like that stuff stays on Twitter. You know? Yeah, well, the question is which Twitter drawing is it the Saintar one I got? What in God's name? What the fuck? I'm having a stroke? God damn it. It was safe for work by my standards. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I don't think I'm ever gonna get like dick out art, at least not on like my main. I have an After Dark on Twitter, but I don't use it anymore. So like it's one of those things where it's like, okay, you know, I probably won't get like not safe for work stuff done, but I'll definitely get suggestive art. You know? There's a streamer who uses two suns and two streams to do safe work and not safe work content. That's honestly, I think, the smart way of going about it. Like I think that's the kind of the play. Unless you're like, you know, you're one of those people who's like okay with, you know, it's gonna sound judgmental, but like with constant, you know, aggressive sexuality. I don't mean it as judgmental as it probably sounds, because like genuinely, if you're into that, go off, like live your best life. It's just not my style of thing. But I also like, you know, there's an aspect of sexuality, you know, humans are by you know, by, I would argue by default, kind of sexual creatures. And like how that expresses itself is like an inherent part of humanity, whether you're like on the A spectrum, either like full on asexual, like you just are completely indifferent to it. Welcome on, Joe Werewolf. Glad to have you. You know, or if you're like, you know, if you're like a very aloe, like my default mode is cute flirty. That's reasonable. That's to be honest with you, that's me when I get like really close and talking with people. Like I one of my favorite things to do is to find out the stuff that my friends are into and to tease the fuck out of them about it. I don't mind about it, but we cannot have a friendship that way. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Why? My therapist asked me if I found my date attractive physically as an ace person. That's a hard question to answer. You can skip it. Nah, it's fine. More like it was just a flashbang. There we go. It was the wrong one anyway. I'm doing a Starky. How about you? I'm doing all right. I got back from voting like an hour ago. Now I'm vibing. Now I'm vibing with art. I prefer the Brit Smith version. Get wrecked, Starky. But yeah, no, I'm trying to think. I see you're into checks note. Small engine repair, you dirty boy. It's a lot of fun to be like, okay, I know the stuff that, like, you know, specifically it's only with friends I'm super comfortable with, so it's usually people I've talked to about like other stuff first. I'm glad you're doing good, Starky, for sure. Thank you for stopping by, you sweet bean. But like usually it's people I've talked to about stuff other than sex stuff first. Or I'm like, okay, you know, I basically zero in on the stuff that gets them going, and then I can just there's something incredibly powerful about being like, you can just get them from like 0 to steaming in like 3 words. Of course, like all of that is with consent. I agree. I don't mind my friends being flirty sussy bakas. Yeah, it's mostly just with randos that like it's like, okay, this is the first time you've ever interacted with me. Please stop talking about like your specific kinks. Yeah, exactly. With strangers, it's like it's the demi thing, I think, where it's like figuring, you know, because it's like you gotta know where you're. I would argue maybe it's not even necessarily it's like probably not exclusively a demi thing, because it's like if you're, you know, like it's especially if you're into like some kinks that like require a great deal of like consent and communication. You know, if you're into like bondage or like breath play or whatever, you probably want to know the person who's, you know, like before you feel okay about receiving teases about that shit, you probably want to know the person you're talking to, at least a little bit. Try not to open trying to open with uncut, looking for uncut. Oh my god, no fucking shot. That's hysterical. That's up there with the Empreg guy in DA's chat, which is still one of my favorite modding stories. That's still one of my favorite modding stories of the guy whose like first message when DA was drawing a guy with a big belly was like, haha, his belly's so big, it's like he's pregnant. That's so silly though, unless, and then like this side-eye emoji. And there are definitely times I still have this happen occasionally. Oh, is that why the word is banned? It might be. But there are definitely times, like, as a mod, where you just read something and you're just fucking stun-locked. You're like, what the fuck? What did I just read? A lot of the time I feel like I'm alone in the fandom because I'm a straight redneck in a fandom awash in the LGBT community. But you guys rock what you want. I just feel a bit left out at times. Sorry, I have to stretch. I was trying to get Basil Impreg nod. Oh my fucking god. I mean, here's the thing. Kink isn't exclusively LGBT. Sergey, I wanted to tell you that today's my birthday. Happy birthday, Joe Werewolf. Everyone, can we get like, I don't know if we have Field's birthday man as one of the emotes, but happy birthday wishes over to Joe Werewolf. Okay. Here comes the did I fuck this up check. Perfect. There we go. Thank you, Starky. Well, for sure. This is the least I can do, because you're stopping by, you sweet bean. Okay, so that's like the background. Oh shit, me. That's not correct. Okay, we got the tip of the nose. But you know, what was I talking about? I wasn't implying the kink is community exclusive. I was more leaning towards it just generally feel a bit isolated. I mean, there are some people, like, there are straight furries out there. It's you know, they're probably just not as, like, loud about it, I guess. I don't want to say loud, because that, like, you know, but they're probably just, like, you know, because this is, like, a space that a lot of people, you know, are coming into because it's welcoming to LGBT. Like, Pop Mutt. Oh my god. One of the fucking one of the funniest bits of Podmut is like Podmut like he because he does that IRL too. Like we were on our way to AC and like we're at like a random gas station and like it's a shit gas station because they have one of the like really sketchy like super aggressive like right-wing news whatever's going on their TV. And he's just going on like a fucking rampage. He's like, yeah, them gays, and I'm like, Papa, please, you might actually get us murdered. We are in the middle of like fucking nowhere of the Papa Marty's relationship. Honestly, I would love something for like that. Oh, for sure. Because the funny thing is, I actually know like three different people who have that same kind of relationship of like girl boss, and then just like like basically girl boss is very clearly the dominant personality, and then her husband. I have no idea if it works like this because I don't get horny, but I feel like all the energy goes into curse energy instead. I would argue that that's kind of like the like that's the ace default. So like I think like being ace, I definitely say shit a lot of time that's like, okay, if you're actually into no strings attached sex, it would be fucking disgusting, but like to me it just doesn't read as anything significant because I'm like, yeah, no, this is just not something that interests me. Oh, damn it. But yeah. Also, I think it helps a little bit that like when in actual sussy conversation, I end up basically filling the role of like service top or like service dom, where like I'm just there to get the other person flustered. So like just knowing the kind of stuff. Admittedly, there's certain stuff that I can't really engage with in good conscience, but that list is relatively light. Was it service top anyway? Service top is so you know what a power bottom is? It's like it's a bot like bot. So the guy who likes receiving but is like clearly in charge and the dominant of the situation. A service top is more or less the opposite. Although like everyone needs a service dom top. Exactly. Yeah, I think I already outlined this. Oh, I almost did an oopsie doopsie. Okay, time to be. Oh, whoopsies! I almost did an oopsie doopsie again. Okay, now time to figure out the ear situation going on here. It's like that's the inner part of the ear. The outer part of the ear is like it's the ears do be a touch complicated. To be fair, like these are design elements that are like pretty smart because they're transferable across species and they're like immediately recognizable. You look at them and you're like, oh yeah, that's Alec, regardless of what species he may be. Although I don't think Alex TFR is usually like turning into the gator. I feel like, suspiciously early stream. Welcome on a luck. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. Yes, it is suspiciously early because I don't actually work today. And I warned y'all yesterday. You were warned. You knew this was coming. There we go. Look, I still got 2 days until I'm free. Oh, are you going to FWA? If so, I hope you have a good time. Is 78 Fahrenheit out? I hate it here. Oh my god. I mean, what are you doing outside is the question. There we go. Yep. Not a crazy or anything, but the eyes look more like he's being hypnotized the more you color everything but those eyes. That is incidentally quite funny. Oh my god, you don't have an eye color? Oh shit, man. Okay. It's fine. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. No iris at all. Yeah. There we go. I'm sitting on that for quite a bit, for quite a few streams. I mean, thank you for pointing it out. It is incidentally funny because I believe Alec is also a hypno enjoyer. That is a funny coincidence that it turned into that. That was not at all my intention. Okay, so I'm not crazy. It looks like hypno eyes. All right, fine. I'll fill the eyes in next. in before I become prolific hypno artist. And this is my subconscious trying to tell me something. Like hypnosis and entirely ace way. Turns out I'm in the minority there. That's funny because I think of most of the people I know that are ace are I think a lot of them end up being into hypnosis. I have no idea what color to use for the pupil. Okay. Sorry, this is weekend's my birthday, so I'm gonna go my favorite sushi and ramen shop. Ooh, sushi and ramen are great. When in doubt, just like I don't know, we'll use the same green as he uses as his primary color in other locations. That'll probably be fine. There we go. Pop one live, gonna hop over there. See you later, Burb, for sure. Okay, I'm noticing a problem with choosing that colors. Let's go and use I think like one of the browns here. Hot Burb, Summer, welcome on in Silver. Glad to have you, sweeping. Can we shout for Silver? I'll hold myself back on pointing stuff out because I can't sort of uncanny wrong from uncanny just incomplete. That might be why I have artist block and I can't read fan fiction. Give him electric blue eyes. So electric blue would probably be like this. I mean, that looks pretty good. And then I'm gonna have to like add like highlights and stuff is probably gonna be part of like the rendering phase, which is gonna also include stuff like, you know, adding the dots to his fur patterns to break it up. Why are we not sure what color to make his eyes? His ref sheet notably does not have pupils. He has like the cartoony style dot eyes, so I'm like what happens if I like, it's a little incredibly horrifying if I do this. Right? Like this is scary, right? Actually, that doesn't look too bad. I mean, if once I add highlights, yeah, it'll look scary for now, but like once I add highlights to it, it won't look so bad. Like when anime characters die. Exactly. Not my intention, but is funny. And yeah, we're gonna have to add a lot of rendering details, but that's probably gonna be after we finish up coloring. Like, I feel like rendering is gonna happen when I finish coloring the full thing. You can shrink it down to make the iris less big. I kind of like him that big. Maybe that's just a me thing. Because like also like because this is supposed to be like an, you know, this is a celebration piece. So I'm like, okay, like, you know, it's part of the expression. But I do sincerely appreciate that input. Okay, hide you. Yes. Turn back on that. You. Oh, fuck me, I just realized I didn't actually finish. Okay, we'll go ahead and move you here. As you're laying stuff I'm too used to from when I see irisless eyeballs. That's fair. I do I do really appreciate the input, like, which, because like largely I've been carried by artists just like giving me random input, who are like, yeah, if you do this, it'll turn out a lot more clean. So like, keep giving that input sincerely. I managed to read an epithet erased fanfic, which is about Persona in the most awkward and out of place manner, but I think it needs more exposure to that until my brain stops freaking out. Hell yeah, we're all in this together. Exactly. These hands aren't great. I did kind of phone them in ever so slightly. But like, what can you do? Oh, Archwizard Matthew, thank you for the follow. Welcome to Slide Check. Glad to have you. Yeah, as I'm looking at these hands, I'm like, they're not great. But they're not also meant to be the focus. I'm actually bop, bop, bop to the top. This is a good sign. Listening to all the diss songs lately. They're so good. Oh my god. The like diss war between Kendrick and Drake has been fucking brutal. I'm not even into hip hop at all, but like listening to 616 in LA, They Not Like Us, it's just like, holy fuck. The smartest thing Drake could do at this point is not respond. Just take the L, man. You lost. You've lost. The A minor heard around the world. You struck a chord, and that chord, you struck a chord, and it was probably A minor. Oh, Drake did respond, and it was sad. Oh my god, the dude's imploding. Drake is done. Starky, did you know I live in Indiana too? I did not. That's super cool. It was like Saturday night, everyone's like, nah, Drake. Wait, was that the one where he said that he couldn't be a pedophile because he's too popular for it to go unnoticed? Somehow completely ignoring the last, like, oh god, like what, decade and a half of context about people like Harvey Weinstein? Oh my fucking god. Nah, man. Yeah, at this point, he's just eating the owls. Okay, that's the hand done. I just need the claw tips. And then I need to grab, like, the partner purple. Oh, God. I got thrown off so fucking hard there, because I love this song. I didn't realize that, it was, like, bi-direct, like, bi-auditory. I just assume everyone famous is a terrible person. It's probably a safe assumption to work with, and then, like, when people prove you wrong, like, that they are good people, because, like, people like Jack Black and Dolly Parton they're maybe not, like, you know, no one's perfect, but they do seem to be genuinely good people who are trying their best to, like, make the world a better place. And try to make fun of Kendrick being molested. Oh, fuck, I forgot about that! The song that I was creating that information from was about how Kendrick was not molested, but his mom's generational trauma caused her to not believe him when he told her he wasn't. So Drake can't read lyrics either. Even Chocolate Conroy managed to have controversy. Yeah, that was a whole thing. In general, just assume that people who are well known are bad until they prove that they aren't at this point. Yeah, honestly, like, people like, because Jerma's a fucking weird dude. He has, like, actually a really positive track record of being like, hey, do not be asshats. Do not invoke my name to be shitty to people. And I respect the fuck out of him for it. Okay, there's Alex ref sheet done. We will go ahead and probably color the glass when I get the purple check mark. Okay. Z ref sheet. Although Chugga Chroma is an example, at least is seeking therapy. Yeah, here's the thing. Is Chugga a bad person? Yes. The dude did a lot of harm by a lot of people. But he is also willing, like, I think in terms of YouTuber apologies, it looks slop. Like, in terms of YouTuber apologies, it's probably one of the best ones we've ever gotten, and that's, like, not a great sample, but, like, it's something. Because the dude acknowledged he fucked up, and then was like, hey, please do not, like, because some of his fans continue to attack Masay, and he was like, do not do that. She was well within her right to point out, like, how shitty of a person I was being. So, like, you know, listen, when it comes to, like, YouTuber apologies, there is no bottom of the barrel anymore. You are digging to the core of the earth. After the fucking, like, toxic gossip train, we've dug through the bottom of the barrel, and at this point, it's it's like, okay, are they actively denigrating all of the people that they've hurt? No, but it's like the top 50% of YouTuber apologies, which is, like, bad. That's a bad statistic. It's just like, don't put people on pedestals. Don't do it. You know? Even smaller content creators like Popma, and I do consider I guess to be fair, Popma's like a mid-sized content creator nowadays. Don't put any content creator on a pedestal, because you will be disappointed. Because, like, there's so much about people that you can never possibly know that it's like, okay, you know, like, you can't possibly know every aspect about a content creator. And if you do know that every aspect of a content creator and you're still a fan, like, that's a you problem, my guy. Okay, if you ever made an apology TikTok ever, what would you say to start it? Okay. Apology anything. The first words are, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Here's why that mistake was made. Here's what I'm doing to make sure that I don't make that mistake again. If anyone here has any problems with, if anyone here still does not want to be here because of that mistake I made, then I completely understand and respect that. Also, added incentive. Content creators are just dudes. Like, you're literally doing things you can do. They just get attention for doing it, so you can like what they make, but don't idolize. Yeah, that's like the difference between, like, separating the art from the artist kind of situation. where like a lot of it's like I think it was F. Scott Fitzgerald who wrote Ender's Game, which is a book about like an outsider kid who was used like his experience of growing up and like basically excluded to like that was Orson Scott Card. Okay. I do the Scott was in there somewhere. F. Scott Fitzgerald was Great Gatsby. But like, Ender's Game ends up resonating with a lot of the LGBTQ community because it's about a kid growing up who's decidedly different than his surroundings and who uses that as a strength to become an important, positive figure in the world that he's in. So it's like, okay, this clearly resonates with a lot of the LGBT community. Unfortunately, Orson Scott Card is also a huge homophobe. So like, at what point do you start balancing the scales of like, yeah, he's a shitty person, but like, and specifically but the content he's writing is resonating well with specifically the group he hates. Harry Potter is similar, so that's why I don't. Yeah, that's the thing. I will say though, with Harry Potter in particular, you can enjoy Harry Potter content, but please, for the love of God, don't stream it. Don't publicize that shit. Oh my God, Starky Afternoon Stream. Welcome on in, Buck and Tommy. It's good to have you. Because like, I get, as someone who grew up on Harry Potter, I get it. That's your childhood. It probably helped you cope, like, statistically speaking, given how fucked up our the like millennial Gen Z generation was, it probably helped a lot of kids cope with trauma of growing up with shitty parents. Point blank, baby boomers were bad parents. I'm not talking about Death the Author or separating the art from the artist, but just recognize that someone's creating something doesn't give them more cultural. Yeah, that's fair. That's a good point. That like just because someone made something that people have received, like someone has made something popular doesn't mean it's like that's kind of like what the appeal to authority, the appeal to authority fallacy is like you're appealing to like someone's basically someone being well known, but not necessarily if they're talking about the thing that made them well known. California platypus, like at the end of the day, we're literally the same humans. Yep. In other words, no idol worship just because you like their content. Yep. So like, if you're putting a streamer, if you're putting any content creator on a pedestal, you are only putting yourself in a position to be hurt. Is like, and at that point, it's like you don't get anything from it, unfortunately. Yeah. Also, Harry Potter books nowadays are fucking disasters of writing. There's a lot of problems with them. The difference between KRs is this difference because she's around and knowingly uses her mind. Yeah, that's the thing. Unfortunately, we're in a situation where she has literally stated that she equates the success of her book, which does not in any way express her ideology, with her hateful, shitty ideology, which is why I'm like, don't publicize, you can enjoy this content, but don't publicize that, because you're only basically giving an ego trip to a woman who just desperately needs her ego checked. The only one on my pedestal is Bowser. That's a reasonable one. Watch Harry Potter if it's on TV, but refuse to touch the Fantastic Beasts movie. It's like just don't, starve these people of oxygen. These people are point blank narcissists who want attention. Starve them of the oxygen of your attention. It's like what we were supposed to be doing on Blue Sky, where we were supposed to block all of the shitty people who came over from Twitter. And then it ended up turning into like, here's a post of people being dumb on Twitter. And I'm like, okay, cool. Great. Thanks. I really appreciate this. This is making the conversation here so much better. Pokemon Brianna, glad to have you. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the funny thing. Like, by all rights, every single thing I read about the like actual actors in the Harry Potter movie, they're like all really great people. For example, one of the more stressful things about drama are when people jump in a bad game with more serious accusation turns out to be fake drama, which makes the situation more messy. That's why the smart thing to do in literally any situation that is like he said, she said, is to just try and help the offended party. You know, the party that feels offended. Do not attack the person who the quote unquote offending party. Don't do it. Because like all you're doing is basically, you know, laying the groundwork for a lot of bullshit to happen. Harry Potter movies is fine. Just please God, yeah. Okay, what's going on with the hair curl? Okay, so it's the same color. But yeah. Also, there's been more than enough fucking discourse around that lady that like you can probably just be like, okay, she's a shit person. She continues to be a shit person. Anyway. Said herself like if your money's yeah. It's so at this point it's just like, okay, is she still a shit person? The answer is always going to be yes. So just like, oh, I realize when I'm doing something wrong with the nose here. Oh god, why did I use such a thick brush? Look at this fucking, oh my god. I mean, these are good lessons we are learning for future art pieces where I realize, oh wait, don't, you know, don't use an incredibly thick line when you've got your sketches figured out. Just use light line work. Okay, that's like not great, but it's workable. Burb isn't using thick brush. Burb is using dummy thick brush a little bit. Good slop. It's, you know, it's part of the learning process. From time to time, I draw as well. I mean, honestly, I'm glad that I got into drawing, even if it is a lot of like, oh god, what am I doing? Okay. I did not draw any of the thumbprints, so we're using the same fur color. I'm glad you got into drawing too. That's low-key very sweet. That's dope. Ah, fuck. More equals more better. How dare you be sweet to me? I feel attacked. Did we forget to shadow for silver? If not, we need to fix that. Okay, so like this is an area that's gonna need to be shaded. Also, like one of the things is like I don't, you know, some people have joked about like getting commissions from me, which I do think is a sincere and sweet compliment. I'm nowhere near ready. This piece is taking me like 10 hours. Oh, fucking compliment. Don't even try me. All right, cool. Let me go and just get like, you know, my pre-vengeance. Everyone go follow Silver. They're very sweet. Another one rides the bus. Low-key, I do wish we had better public transport here in America. I would ride the fuck out of a bus. I don't want to drive. That shit requires me paying attention. Done. I get that I don't do comms specifically because of the personal anxiety I have regarding it. Yeah, so I'm just like, I take it as a compliment. I'll never say never, but before I would ever be willing to take commissions, I would need to get a level of confidence and skill with my sketchworks that is going to take a while to develop. Don't get me started on City's shitty excuse of a public transportation system. Yeah, I do too, but it was definitely a crippling thing for me because when I thought I had to take comms to be an artist, absolutely not. Who in the world would tell you that's like Loki? That's a wild thing to hear. But I was like, that's very sweet. I am not open for comms, unfortunately. And of course, it was definitely one of those, like, people just being very, very nice, and like, it's like friends supporting friends, which I do sincerely appreciate. But also, part of me is like, if I'm opening for comms, it would be one of the kind of things where it's like, I want my art to be good enough where, like, someone who has never interacted with me personally would just be like, okay, yeah, I want to get a com from this person just because their art style. But that takes a lot of practice. So the biggest mistakes most content creators make are getting political. There is no wins there. Yeah. Especially, well, okay, so here's the thing. Hatred drives a lot of discovery. So there's an argument to be made that getting political inherently makes... I mean, art is going to be derived always from the politics of the artist, whether explicit or implicit. Low-key, that's like... I watched a video called Who's Afraid of Modern Art, which was discussing basically... it's discussing like a lot of those pieces that are like usually like maligned as basically being like a mockery of the traditional art system. Like the banana that's taped to a wall. At that moment before I saw someone draw Scalia's really good. Exactly. It's like I want someone to be like, okay, let me go ahead and get confident enough with art that like people are like, okay, yeah, they just know me by reputation instead of having visited. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, that's right. Like, because it's like I'm of the opinion that stuff like immersion, aka Piss Christ, stuff like that is actually important from like an artistic standpoint, because it all clicked for me when I heard the phrase "good art should disturb the comfortable and comfort the disturbed," and I realized actually it's really important for shit like that to exist. The urinal that everyone maligns. You go to Montreal, their subway is always on time. It's rubber wheels and no doors connected to the cart, so it's super smooth. You get a refreshing breeze as to your public transportation. If fucking, oh my goddamn. Part of me is like, I want to... Part of me wants to kind of move away from the United States, but I don't know where I would go. I guess Canada or someplace in Europe are kind of like the best options right now. Good art should make something to engage with, whether it's a topical, political thing, something within themselves. That's why we call it expression. Or it can be whatever you want. You can take that banana. Because, like, there was discussion about, like, the nature. Like, there was this painting that it was called Who's Afraid of Red, Blue, and Yellow. That's literally, like, it's like this, it got maligned for basically being too simple. As they're like, oh, look at it. It's just like a huge blotch of red with like yellow and blue on like stripes on either side. It's so, whatever. I'm not even close to informed enough about art to have an opinion. And like that thing ended up being so evocative that it like that piece that everyone's like, oh, it's so easy, anyone can make it, got fucking vandalized, and they couldn't meaningfully replace it because the amount of effort that went into mixing pigments was like unreplicatable. And like the reason it was vandalized was in part because a lot of fascists were offended by it, basically. Picasso's an example of art that I don't get. I think the only piece of Picasso I really understand is the one that was talking about the war that was happening around the time he was alive. Somewhere in Spain. I can't remember, though. Well, not to be a bit TOS here, but even good lewd art, like, is getting a reaction expressing... Yeah. Also, like, in my opinion, a lot of postmodernist stuff is... a lot of postmodernist stuff can actually be kind of meta art in really funny ways. Because if you think about it, it's like the urinal that's sitting in the middle of an art museum that people get so fucking mad about. Part of me is like, I can practically hear the artist who put it there whispering, it's not that deep. You can relax about, you're allowed, it's like the artist is laughing at people who get so into like what can and cannot be art. Good lewd art, good lord art, quoted by Burb. Like, it doesn't make it less art just because the reaction is horny. I see art greeting arousal counts. I'm not saying people can't get a political, but inevitably your political views will get you some hot water somehow. Yeah. I think as long as it's well-informed, though, that's okay, that's acceptable. As long as it's well-informed and established based on, like, actual scientific replicatable facts, then that's fine. Because the kind of people who are going to get mad about you having political views that have actual basis and backing aren't the kind of people you need to care about. You can just tell people to fuck off. You're just getting a reaction, it counts. Oh yeah, no, that's my diatribe on the matter. But also, like, we should maybe move the subject just in case this starts getting spicier than it needs to be. We can talk about all the art we've seen of Gummy Goo. No worries. Just one of those things where it's like, it is. I think it's an important. It's one of those kind of questions that's important, but also, like, it's the kind of thing that needs to be informed from experience. So, you know, go out there and experience life. What are you doing here watching a furry? Grabs you. Lord have mercy, the art appeared quickly. One thing is, that's why AI sucks, because I feel nothing from it. I don't even consider it art. I consider it image generation. Oh, so were you talking about the we're talking about this because I've been working on this for like 8-9 hours. When did I start stream? How long have I been streaming? An hour and a half. So we're currently at 7.5 hours of me working on this piece. So I feel like it's not outstanding progress, but I meant the Gummy Goo art. Oh, that's what you meant. Oh yeah, no, the Gummy Goo art fucking appeared overnight. It was wild. Genuinely, like, holy shit. How did that happen? I mean, I'm not complaining, because, you know, Gummy Goo is cute. I'll be honest. I like Gummy Goo's design. I like the amount of thirsty and spicy art is superfluous. I was astounded to see that there's 2 days after Gummy Goo's debut, there was already a Telegram sticker pack for Gummy Goo. My parcel's 360-piece Jolly Rancher hard candy arrived in the mail yesterday. Oh my god, that's a lot of Jolly Ranchers. Welcome on in, Denry Rider. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. It's a Starky. Welcome on in, Ryuga. Glad to have you. Can we show for Ryuga? I mean, my 9-year-old niece can draw hands better than AI can generate them. It's AI image generation, not art. That shit, not art. How are you doing? Doing all right. I'm slowly learning. Oh, I guess I should probably color the eyes. That way people don't make the comment about them incidentally being hip now. Z, do you have a color picker? Z, I beg of you, please have a color picker. Oh, okay. I'm assuming that this is the color. According to my Alexa, I'm under a tornado watch until 9 p.m. Oh my god. Here's the thing, like, there's very minor things. Like, now that I'm somewhat getting into art, I'm like, I can appreciate certain minor aspects of, like, it's nice. It's, you know, because, like, there's an if you're not somehow following Kate Art, the dude's a super duper skilled 3D artist, absolutely wonderful being, and he does like I don't know if he still does it, but he did a series where he reviewed ref sheets. Because as a 3D artist, he really needs those ref sheets to be detailed, so that way you can, like, make something that's consistent. And a lot of the times with 2D art, you can just cheat. And I'm like, okay, I didn't realize. I was like, because one of the most frequent things he was like, please have a color, like, please note down what each color corresponds to. And now I see why. It's really my private experience with generating AI images only just make me want to have someone draw the results from scratch. It's a new genre of music called y'alternative. You're welcome. All right, life's been rough, but I'm hanging in. Oh, oh, Ryuga, I'm glad that you're hanging on, and hopefully life does get easier for you. Welcome. Doing arts is relaxing for me. I'm glad. There are people who say that people who make the joke, the author said the sky is blue, what did he really mean, are illiterate and are bad thinking. Meanwhile, there are book authors complaining about people reading deeper into the writing and making connections that are not there. Peak, it's not that deep. Go ahead and select that color. Oh, is that really? That's just black. Like that's pitch. That is like pure black, which you don't actually see that often. That's one of the things. Like I even before I started doing art, I followed artists, and like one of the advice they always give, like never, you never go like full like all the way like this, because it just doesn't read properly a lot of the times. You're supposed to basically go like, you're supposed to go like a little bit lighter. Like that's as dark as you should reasonably go. Getting older is realizing it's okay to not always be okay. Oh, for sure. That's one of the things where it's like learning that my emotions, like emotions that are like, you can't just permanently bottle up your emotions. You have to vent them, and choosing how and where to vent them, I think, is what differentiates like well-balanced versus like unbalanced adults. Because like, oh, okay, well, it's, oh my god, it's Trucker's Knot. I know how to tie every kind of knot except one. That was Trucker's Hitch. Okay, so it's that color for the shirt. Focusing on your faults will just make you deep. I think so. There's a time to look at your faults and be like, okay, like this is an aspect of myself that I know is unhealthy or like doesn't serve me well. That's fine. I think what's important is knowing when it's a good idea to examine those feelings and when you're just kind of getting in your own way, because like if you're sometimes those emotions are there for a very important reason. Sometimes it's you feel bad and you feel like the world doesn't make any sense, not because your brain, like it's not like, sometimes you'll feel bad not because you are actually in the wrong, but because everyone is saying that you are. Yeah, but don't create the worst version of yourself in your head and judge yourself. Yeah, exactly. There's like you need to kind of look at your traits with a kind of a detached, like a detached view, with the knowledge that emotions are there to guide you. My explanation has always been like, the best way I have to describe it is emotions tell you where to go, but you need to have a reason behind the wheel. You need to, what you do needs to always be tempered with the knowledge that like there needs to be a reason. Like you can't just, if you're feeling like angry or slighted, you can't just go off the handle, because like that's not a healthy coping technique. But also like acknowledging that like if you're feeling crummy, there's probably a reason for it. And like if you're not engaging with that reason, you're just gonna keep feeling bad. Is my imposter syndrome to drive me to be better? Honestly, that's low-key. That is, I joke that like I weaponize my like neuroses against each other, and sometimes it actually does work like that. Weaponizing my anxiety against my ADHD. Although, like, I think the two are kind of intrinsically linked. Okay. I kind of want to just stick Z in the back rooms. I don't know why. I'm like thinking about backgrounds now. I don't know if it's necessarily worth doing a backgrounds or if I should just like do like one color, like, you know, like, okay, like hinting at where the area is, like some kind of swampy color for Alec, and then oh, it's this song. The Trucker Stitch song. Wait, is this one of those Ilvis sketches? Yes. This is the song of too much enunciation. I love this song, but goddamn, my man be enunciating. You hit of the TV screen. I'm here for this level of like it's me music, but it's me music that's at least it's good. I'm very introspective, so after noticing my mom keeps pushing my introspection buttons to distract me from something she did. Yeah. Reminds me of speech classes. It's a jam though, low key. It's basically someone spiraling about the TV logo. According to my weather app, it's predicted the nastiness is supposed to hit your area around 5 to 6. It is a predictor though, so just be accurate, just heads up. I do appreciate that. And yeah, we definitely, like I said, when I was waiting in line to vote, we got hit with periodic, basically, downbursts, which I'm glad I had an umbrella, and I feel bad for the poor lady who was holding her kid, and they were both soaked because they walked through a downburst without an umbrella. Good voice, but sometimes less is more. I do fair. I think that's part of the joke of the song is like it's supposed to be unhinged. I started to just say I could acknowledge that, but then they'll make this 10-minute convo 10 hours, so let's not. Oh, for sure. Like sometimes that's called boundaries. Boundaries are good. Learning how to set good boundaries is fucking hard. But it is a very important and useful skill, so. And also, the only way to really learn it is a trial by fire, so. Yeah. Big to moderate oof size. Well, come on, Cam. Cool to have you. I just realized, were you the person who put the trucker's hitch in the song queue? Sorry I didn't say hi to you earlier. Especially as a content creator, you say you don't engage in parasocial relationships. That's one of the things. It's like you did? Okay, that's my bad. Sorry for only just now noticing you. No worries around and lurking. I appreciate that. Because, like, here's the thing. There are certain people that I like in my community that I want to engage with more on a personal note, but also, like, part of me is, like, scared about the inherent parasociality of it. I think that the big difference though is that like it's just a matter of like learning to interact, you know? Welcome on, yeah, Cobalt, glad to have you. Good afternoon, bit. I figured I'd drop in. Thank you for stopping by. We are vibing with some art. Oh my god. I see that one pixel. I see that one. I see you. I see you, bitch. Wait, do I have a parasocial relationship? No, because I knew you from college. That was before that was before I yeah, fair. That was a joke. I know, but also I figure it's always worth kind of pointing out stuff like that because it's like, you know, better knowing that my friends have spouses since my friend list is not seen as anything else. That's like low key the like, because like there are certain people I want to contact in the context of like I would like to get them to know them better. Like there's times where like I get hit with like what I call like lowercase and uppercase C crushes. Where like the lowercase C is like I like being around this person. I want to interact with them more. And then the uppercase are like I you know, it's like I am feeling very, very strong positive emotions that require tempering. Let me go ahead and get to know them better so that way like my brain stops focusing on the idealized version and actually gets to know the real them. Low-key, one of the best ways you can like cure a crush is just to really get to know the person. Specifically like parasocial crushes. Although, like, for me, that's, you know, maybe not necessarily advice to give as a content creator, but it's just like to acknowledge that like the content creation side of people that you see is very much not going to be the side of them that's like actually real. Because like even if they put on like, you know, some people put on characters, some people don't. But even those who don't put on a character are almost certainly not the same person off stream that they are on stream. I spent over 10 hours in an argument for, so people who want to fight that boundary of mine will learns for their sakes more than my own. But yeah, like for me, it's I think the big thing with parasocial relationships. Oh, what's a
Starky, which state has the greatest number of jokes? Pennsylvania.
Oh my god, terrible. The thing that is very funny meeting Papa in VRC was exactly as I expected. Oh, for sure. Because Papa is Papa is largely the same person on stream that he is off. The only real difference is that Papa is more high energy on streams. Because he is still a huge goofball off stream. He's just a lot lower energy. Where was I was going somewhere with this? I had a thought and now it's gone. Oh well. But yeah. Oh, I remember now. Parasociality. And boundaries. I just remember that one of my friends was describing me to their coworkers. They did not think I existed. There have been multiple people. There's a reason that we have to warn new friends to our IRL friend group about Camcool. Because all of the stuff that he does is so much easier to attribute to extremely weird, like you know, come-ons than it is to like he's just incredibly awkward. Like when he described eating a hot dog as feeling a tube of meat slide down his throat to the only woman in our tabletop RPG club. There's a reason we adopted him, so that way he wouldn't be consistently called in for HR violations. Can Papa might cook better off stream. I need to hang out with you and Papa in VRC sometimes. Oh, for sure. Although, like, because the only time I ever get on VRC nowadays is Fridays. Yeah, I was a menace. Yeah, just a bit. I think my favorite story is so like Cam was running one of his first games, and basically we were on an adventure to go to basically it was like there were serious games in that system, and there were very much not serious games. It is there's no new hot release. A new release of Papa should be around more this year. Reasonable. So we were basically invited to, like, as adventurers, to come to a theme park that was adventurer themed. Which basically to be like, hey, no, how authentic is this to the actual adventure experience? So it was like a silly, like, you know, we're basically going to a theme park style thing. And at this theme park was a perfect recreation of the IRL roller coaster, the Superman, which has a very let me see if I can find the. I feel a little awkward about interacting with a bunch of furry streamers that basically stop streaming really out of IRL reasons, with only contact remaining being their Discord accounts. As a game to Commander MTG, I want to play with a group game with you sometime, or anyone in this community likes MTG. Oh, for sure. The big thing is my schedule is a bit of a nightmare, so I gotta find free time to do stuff like that. Superman roller coaster. Oh shit, people have died. Oh goddamn. Roller coaster. Oh, what's it called? Like the safety briefing. Like where they basically they onboarding script. Like, is it okay for me to continue to interact with them as internet friends? Imagine having free time. I know the fucking feeling. I think the major thing with interactions with people who are streamers and people who were streamers is you have to basically approach them like you would a stranger. Because you might have spent a substantial amount of time in their stream, but that's an inherently one-sided interaction. You think you know who this person is, but you really don't. Like, there's no way for you to really know if they've like even noticed you in their streams, especially if they're like people who are streaming in the like four figures where they have like literally hundreds of messages going through the chat at any time. It's possible they literally have not seen you ever message in their chat. So you have to approach them like you would a stranger and be like, hey, I know that you're a streamer. This is how I discovered you. Is it okay if I message you about stuff? You know? And then being like, I know it's the opposite even. Yeah, it's like, so like you need to basically approach them like you would someone that you are interacting with for the first time. And also acknowledge the fact that it's entirely possible they will say no, and you have to be okay with that response. If I did ask, then you're fine. If you asked, they said yes, then you're fine. Because at that point, like, that's moved from parasocial to a genuine relationship of, like, at least you are interacting with as friends. Where is this? Superman roller coaster script. Superman the ride. Is there the script somewhere? I got distracted. Anyways, it's fine. The moment's gone. Goodbye. The story will remain unfinished forever. Oh, I love Mr. Toot. Streams are on the clock and everything else is outside. Exactly. It's analogous to so like imagine like so like people sometimes will like find their significant other when they work like as a waitress or whatever at a when they're working, at which point the analogous like thing would be like coming to a streamer outside of stream and like already assuming that they're okay to talk to you. It would be like interrupting someone who's actively working as a waitress to try and get their number. And instead of just being like, okay, here's my number, you know? They're because like they are there first and foremost to work. Sergey made blueberry cupcakes. It sounds delicious. I do love those Galvin belly rub emotes. Back my head into Pop stream for a quick vibe check and follow, and I never felt so casually roasted. What happened? Pop streams are a lot. I love Pop Pop on stream is the physical manifestation of ADHD. Yeah, which is why I always give a side eye when people just join streams to flirt. Oh, for sure. There are a couple of people who I like there are people who, for myself, like I have like different lists of like people who are weird in various chats. And like a lot of times there is some amount of overlap. So it's like, okay, you know, if I see you being weird in one person's chat, I'm gonna kind of assume that's your typical response, and I'm gonna like basically keep an eye on you for the rest of the chats. So I'm gonna be like, okay, you're doing some weird shit. Welcome on in, Zil. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. I mean, am I cleaning? I found my MATLAB for engineers textbook. Oh my god. Papa streams are fun to join for a little bit, say hi to them and some friends, and then lurk. Oh, to be fair, that's like my default response with streams nowadays. Is like, come in, say hi, and then just lurk and hang out. You know, because like I always got stuff I'm working on. Comics piece for you looking so good. Oh, are you getting another piece from Comic? I love Cosmic, or sorry, Cosmic. Cosmic is a super duper sweet bean. Very, very sassy. You know, but also like, you know, the dude's living his best life, and I appreciate that for him. I've had that happen to me in Path of Exile sections. It was gone to the point where the streamer gets pre-warned about my punning from other. That's low key actually wild. That's the strangest. That's the strangest forewarning I think I've ever heard about. The credit belongs to him. Also, sorry, ad break. Understandable. I mentioned Mayo Coffee, and he just said it really was like a hot and incorrect take, like no E or lingering, just a solid no, and moved on. That's honestly like I would like because Pavman's one of the people who actually has like his sense of taste is genuinely broken. So, guys never moved to the Netherlands. Ads are here are the worst. I mean, honestly, here's the thing. I would rather live in the Netherlands than I would live here in the States. Back now. Papa's taste buds are genuinely broken to the point where he thinks that every color of Skittles tastes the same, which isn't even somehow the wildest. Like, I think the wildest is still that he thinks every Jolly Rancher is the same flavor. Like, at that point, I'm like, my man. And this is not a bit. This is something he acknowledged back when he was like averaging like 30 viewers. I don't get people that log on to safe work streaming sites and try to flirt with them. Tells me you don't understand how the internet works. I think, okay, there are streamers who do that. Because there are some streamers who are very deeply not safe for work. Where I'm like, how the fuck? Like, my man, you're just out here talking actively about using a butt plug. And I'm like, okay. Which, like, no shame, no flame. But, like, there are some streamers out there where, like, that flirting is received well. The fact that he thinks all Skittles taste the same is wild. The sugar content in Skittles is kind of well, but I kind of get Jolly Ranchers, though. Wow. Yeah, no, I think Jolly Ranchers is the biggest sin of them all, because, like, they're also not the thing that, like, oh, it's Amlek? Yeah. This is a piece I'm doing to celebrate Alec and Z, who both, I say recently, it was like 2 weeks ago at this point, like half a month ago, they hit partner, so, yeah. We are almost done with the coloring. I just need to add the purple. And then I'll start working on the rendering, which is gonna be weird because I've never actually done rendering before. I'm gonna try my best. Also, I think probably let me go ahead and because like I think let's find a good color for. That's fine. Of all the flavors of Jolly Ranchers. Okay, what if we do like this? Oh God! 3 days until Mystery Skulls. Okay, so I'm just gonna do simple background colors, because like, listen, this is a gift piece, and I've already done multiple instances where I'm like, I'm not gonna go too detailed and like keep going more detailed. I need to the cutoff point has to happen somewhere. But yeah, no, I'm quite happy with how this piece turned out, and I'm still learning a lot. So, can you myth that Hades 2 came up before Silksong? Not really. Here's the thing. We actually did get some pretty substantial Silksong news recently, and I'm trying not to get excited about it, because Silksong officially has an ESRB rating, which means we're probably going to hear something about it this month, given historical context for stuff like that. Merle! Oh my god! Welcome on in, Raiders. Glad to have you. Welcome on. Give me a shout out for Merle. For those who don't know, I'm StarkyMorph, Big A Chaos Crow Internet, Riot streamer live every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday from 6 to 9 p.m. EST, mostly on Thursdays, Fridays. Although 7 to 10 on Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, I'm live early today because I don't actually like I'm not at work. Like I don't get paid for today, so I'm at home. I'll catch you soon. Thank you for the follow. Good live check. Glad to have you. But yeah, I'm working on some gift art for some friends. I never got to raid you. Fox jumped successfully. What were you? Okay, what were you playing? Also, that Courier my stream in a nutshell. Every time I stream, something goes horribly wrong. Admittedly, the art's not going bad so far. So, but yeah, Mega Man X2. I've actually never played a Mega Man game. Is that Starky? It is. It'd be Burp. Welcome on, Slushy. Admirer. Oh my god, so many first time peeps. Welcome on Muralcause, King Copa, Felix Bullwood, Sharky Char, Ross Coolcat, Rodamoon, GBA64, Bewater, Knuckles, Ardent Pandave. Thank you, Knuckles and Cypress T Wolf for the follows. Welcome to live chat. Glad to have you. Welcome on and Twinkle Downtown. Who that is? Snazzy the Fox, KA, Silver Zorua, Admirer, King Copa, Ketchy-san, Shadow Wolf, and Slushy. I'll be lurky as I have lunch for sure. Go take care of yourself. What is happening? Oh god, hi Sager, welcome on, glad to have you. Welcome on, it's glad to have you. Double raid, good shout out for Cozy on main as well. Disc 1 done. Welcome on though, for those who do not know, I'm StarkyMorph, Big A Chaos Crow Internet, writer streamer live every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday from 7 to 10 p.m. EST, Monday, Tuesday, and then 6 to 9 p.m. EST, Thursday, Friday. I'm live early today though, as I'm starting up, I basically didn't have work today, so I figured, hey, I might as well stream. And we're working on some gift art for some friends. The alerts intended to be muted for the music right now? Yes. Admittedly, it would be substantially overwhelming if you guys could hear the car crash. But welcome on, though. Glad to have you. We are doing song requests, so feel free to, if you want to throw any songs in there, !SSR and then a Spotify link. But yeah, we're working on some gift art. Also, welcome on Reclusive Moth, Cozy on Main, Gamut Feathers, Kaimoon, Jaden, Thunder, and Money. Glad to have you all, you sweet beans. We got Zeronos, we got Gurgler. Glad to have you. We are vibing. Fries and oil. Do not deep fry the Borb. I don't... Listen, I technically deep frying me wouldn't do anything, because I don't even have water in me. I'm technically just a collection of nanomachines in the shape of a bird. That's right, I'm technically the Grey Goose scenario. Don't forget me, Tasty Man Milk. Welcome on, and glad to have you. Can we get a shout out as well for Gurg, Kaimoon, and Zeronos? So many wonderful streamer beans. Welcome on, Darth Wolf. Glad to have you. So you're extra crunchy then. who put the Beanoy in a Vorny mood? Grey Goose scenario, Grey Goose scenario. The first one. Starky is good. But welcome on into Sume Wolf. Glad to have you, sweet bean. But yeah, no, so some friends, Alligator and Scribbly Noodle, hit partner 2 weeks back, and I've been working on a gift piece for the both of them, and it's kind of progress has been going slow, but I think I'm doing a relatively good job. I deep fried burr for dinner last night. Sorry. Okay, was it crow though? That's the important question. But, you know, we are at this point we're working on coloring, and then I'm gonna see if I can start doing some rendering. I have no idea what to expect with rendering. Yeah, and thanks to Popmut, I already know what I'm going to be for Halloween, and it's going to be my friend's problem. If you know, you know. Deep fried crow. I'm going outside to catch a crow and eat it. No. Welcome on, August Magic. Glad to have you. It was Starky. Oh my god. You know, we're just vibing. What were we talking about before? I can't even remember anymore. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, no, we are. I'm moving from a let me make sure. Okay, I am on the right layer. Perfect. I'm moving from because I used to do art once a week. I'm gonna hopefully start doing it twice a week. If only just so that way I can like try to make one new piece a week, because usually it ends up taking me about 6 hours to make something that I feel is good enough to post. When I get back from work, I will send a cursed Weezer fact. Welcome on, sorry, real glad to have you. But yeah, no, I'm gonna be going for yes. I'm probably gonna be going all day. So it's gonna be more of like a vibey, laid back kind of stream. I do have some games that I downloaded, and I might do a little bit of work on StreamerBot, because StreamerBot's a super powerful program. It just requires a lot of it requires a lot of kind of testing with. You're talking about Silksong, remember correctly? Oh, that's right. Silksong recently got an ESRB reading. I say that we're gonna do 2 art streams a week, and I do mean it. But when Silksong releases, that is going to be the stream. The stream is going to be, we play Silksong to completion, because I've been waiting like 5 years for that game. Hello? What did I miss? Okay. Oh, wait, is it this? Okay, so I was gonna have to do this anyway. Might get Fallout 3 before Silksong at this rate, or not. Not Fallout. For fuck's sake, Half-Life 3. I can't imagine we'd get Half-Life 3 before Silksong. I don't think there's been any murmurings about a new Half-Life game. What is Silksong? Silksong is the sequel to it's the sequel to Hollow Knight, which is one of I think it's still my favorite game of all time. If only just because it's the one of the games where I've loved it so much that I was willing to do what I thought initially was a ridiculous, like incredibly difficult, impossible challenge. I'm sad that Tango Studio, the studio behind Hi-Fi Rush, is shutting down. Wait, really? That's Hi-Fi Rush was my game of last year. Like, I genuinely think Hi-Fi Rush was the best game of 2023. Foxjump said, welcome on, Beasley. Glad to have you, sweet bean. Can we also get a shout out for Beasley? And learn about cursed Weezer info. Enjoy the quote from an actual fucking interview. Games industry. I hate the games industry, man. Oh, I see what happens. I know what happened now about, okay. Right? Because I'm telling a normal one. Oh my god. It's like, why? Like, we're just not allowed. I guess one of the jokes that I heard recently was like, we are now at the point where, you know, we no longer have the carrot anymore. It is just the stick. Let me see. Can I do like a kind of like a dirty? I like that green. Legit, I'm done buying new consoles. Yeah, same. I think the Switch is a good console. I don't feel like anything Nintendo releases is going to be better than the Switch, at least for quite a while. And sent in DMs. Oh, I'm sorry. You watch cartoons? Yes, I like Johnny Bravo. Rivers Cuomo likes pornographic anime. I'm sorry for what I
sent you in DMs, but it's from an actual Weezer interview.
No fucking shot. That is, you know what? I hate it here. Nintendo did say they're going to announce their next console sometime this year. I believe they said it was there's some indication that it was going to be sometime this month, and I'm like, I do not care. I'm gonna be honest with you, Nintendo. I don't care. The part of my life where I could give a shit is long past. Only that if you're looking at the AAA games industry, lots of small. Oh no, for sure. This is like the era of like, if you're an indie gamer, you're thriving. We've gotten nothing but consistent bangers out of indie games. Even like at this point, I'm you know, it is a big company, but I consider Larian Studios to be an indie company. Okay, there's that. I'll probably buy a Switch too because there are games I probably want to play in it. I will see. Honestly, the fiscal year, which ends March 2025. Ah, that makes sense. No tweet. The tweet from Nintendo said this year. Oh, this fiscal year. That's what they meant. Okay. I was just near Larian last week. I've joked about like applying for Larian as like a QA to, like, you know, because low-key, I've been having a great time with Baldur's Gate 3, but it has been very, very glitchy for me. I'm also going to upgrade to OLED before I buy Switch 2. I'm just sad that Helldivers 2 suddenly blew their chance of the game this year. To be fair, Helldivers 2 did manage to recover, but it is very much like, I don't suspect that Helldivers 2 will get Game of the Year after that shit.
Trade-off for you get Hades 2. I get to make everyone suffer with the worst Buddy Holly I know of.
Why? No. What do I get? You get Hades 2? Are you offering to buy Hades 2 for me? Didn't they go back on what the thing? Yeah, no. They did eventually. Like back down on it, but it was only after the community effectively removed any ability for it to win like Game of the Year by review bombing the Christ out of it. Not to say it wasn't deserved. It was 100% deserved. Still waiting for Sony to reverse that country's bans. They did. They did, but the damage is done. I just need to add you on Steam, Starky. Just finished Yu Yu Hakusho. I've not heard Yu Yu Hakusho. The big collapse is happening in the giant publisher level at the moment. They thrived off of hype, and there's literally nothing to get excited about right now. They put all their eggs in flagship IP basket, and now everyone's sick of their products. Oh, absolutely. Then can someone review bomb me? No, like I think a lot of markets are going to crash in the next 4 or 5 years. And I say this as someone Ardent Panda, thank you for the follow. Welcome to Live Chat. Glad to have you. I don't necessarily have like a super deep finger in fiscal, knowledge, but according to a couple of people I know who work deep in finances, finances right now are just so bad. No problem. Welcome on Badumtish. Glad to have you. You are not hyped for Anthem and Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. I can't say I am. I unfortunately can't say I give any amount of shit about Suicide Squad. I have to ban someone who whispered me a sus link. May I ask whomst? But also, like, you don't, it probably in DMs instead of spend way too much for what they deliver. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like we're at the part because like the only thing since the fucking like Xbox 360, the only thing AAA games have had to offer is increased visual fidelity, which doesn't really matter nowadays. It's like at some point it stops meaning anything. So like I'm surprised that it's only just now happening. Okay. Oh shoot. The quadruple A gaming, which is just screaming louder. Yeah, here's the thing. Like, I think any company that nowadays markets itself as being a AAA game, like, I think just stay away from those. Like, that's probably the smart thing to do. Entirely consequences of letting specific companies getting way too big instead of clamping down. We're going to see the inevitable consequences of letting the numbers that dictate the health of our economy be measured by success on infinite wealth companies. Oh, for sure. I think we are unfortunately going to live through our second. Excuse me. Third, fourth, some. I think this is going to be the fourth major economic downturn of our generation. Interesting that happens. There it is. Yum yum capitalism. Eat yum yum. Eat the rich. Good news is that even the AAA game, here's the thing. A lot of like, it's gonna be bad for the people who are on top when things crash. But like, there's at some point we're just gonna have a return to like smaller individual owned companies, which I think is gonna be a good thing for everyone. I love living through multiple once in a lifetime crashes. Hopefully this time we get some people in prison. I'm saying that instead of the option that might be TOS. What do you think about this, Mosul Giltan? Oh, if you need the rich. No one. Oh wait, I was supposed to like no one tell Merle or TA. Wait, Merle's traded. Fuck. I guess to be fair, that French accent was much more like specifically France French. Also, AAA games need to crash so corporate starts trying again. Yeah. Oh, come on. Quetzal Cortez, thank you for the follow. Welcome to Live Chat. Glad to have you. All right, fine. I don't know why what I'm missing, but everyone's rich are planning for a crash and how to keep their wealth through it. Like I said, Mosul Giltan. He loves the cutty. I know the people on top love when things crash. They convince the people in charge to socialize the losses. Yeah, that's the thing. I think they're gonna struggle. Merkel is rated, but I forgot. No, you're fine. It's all good. Thank you for the follow, though. Glad to have you. Because I think we're our generation, like the Gen Z millennials, are so massively done with those people that we're just like, okay, at best prison for your life. Like with it's like what we saw out of Are you a scientist? Yeah, I'm a crow scientist. What's the name of the current song? It is The Meadow by Nickel Creek. Also, that would not mind rich people to not invest in games so we can get more creative games. Well, come on, Jay. It's good to have you. Hi, Burb Snap is at work. For sure. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, no, so I was as part because in a I need to reach out, or probably like this might be like, hey, because I got a new model done. It's been done for like a month, and I want to debut it, but I've also been waiting 2 years for this model, so I want to hype it up properly. Oh, what's up, Crisp?
Where the rats?
Remember the time we cheered about those billionaire deaths due to a submarine implosion? I feel like that describes our generation.
Yeah, I think that's an indicator that a crash at this point is not going to be them subsidizing losses anymore. It's going to be a substantial amount of turmoil, and yeah, maybe Ocean Gate, a lot more of it. More become homeless so they can see what damage they cause. I hate the fact that I still have to bring up President Reagan because we're still feeling the effects of this. Yeah, no, it's incredibly frustrating. Where's the bucket fill? There we go. Perfect. I thought Weezer was Carl Weezer, not Buddy Holly, for quite a bit. But yeah, I think things are set to. I would like to believe that things are set to change for the better, if only just because of mortality. Part of me is simultaneously really. Oh, Reagan's effect will be in the history books. Yeah. But yeah, I also expect a civil war in my lifetime. It's probably going to happen. I suspect this next election cycle is going to be the most likely inciting incident, unfortunately. Anyways, anyone want to sponsor me moving to Canada or Europe? There we go. Please tell me I can bucket fill this without it causing problems. Oh, thank fuck. Because I have a birdhouse on my deck. Actually, say where. I didn't realize. I don't actually know where you're located. I'm a dual resident. So I can move back. I will sponsor the shit out of you. Take me with you. Canada might not be far enough away. Vancouver. Go look up. Yeah, I'm well aware of Project 2025. It's very scary. Okay, I need to actually probably fill you with white, don't I? The good one, not the cheap Washington imitation. Vancouver. I would be down to move to Canada. Low key. Like Canada seems like a great place to be. But yeah. Part of me is like, I guess to be fair, it is election day, so it makes sense that we'd be somewhat more on political topics. Oh, I was control-alting. I have dual citizenship with Germany, and every day I'm closer to getting myself deported. Welcome on, neighbors. Glad to have you, sweet bean. You cutie? How? No, you. Detonation noises. But yeah, I think moving to Europe would be fun.
Rats, where the rats?
What's up, Chris?
In order to try to ignore the many problems in the world for just a moment, please just let me add you a friend on Steam so I can get you a haha funny beta game
That's
to
fair.
stream. Also can't wait to avoid gunfire while playing Atomic Owl.
Let me see if I can pass you my friend code if Steam is willing to load up. Friends, add a friend. Copy. There's that. That's my Steam friend code. Do whomst. Black Spots, thank you for the follow. Welcome to live chat. Glad to have you. Let's say since 2000, Europe looking nicer every day. Really? Yeah, we're probably gonna see some substantial amount of brain drain coming from America for a bit, which is a shame. I live in Texas. Oof. It rains a lot here. I'm fine with rain, honestly. Not the, well, we're back to Beverly Hills. I still think that this song is worse than Buddy Holly. And you just speak a different language every 300 kilometers. Okay, that's a problem. I can only speak English and Spanish, unfortunately. Those are the two languages I've got. Lived in a year in Denmark, it's great. Although, like, I'm just like, what if? Okay, hear me out here. I'm probably gonna do this just to make sure that I've got. Don't mind the red teeth. Indiana weather can never make up its mind. Oh, for sure. Especially right now, because we are dealing with alternating rain bursts. This is just to, like, help me color in these, to make sure that I actually cover everything properly. Oh, I've received... Sorry, Real. I swear to God. You get the gift, Starky. Thank you for Hades, too. I guess... Unfortunately, my internet's, I don't think, good enough to just, like, I don't think I could download that while, maybe we could try. In before frame drops. It's 4 gigs already? Oh my god. Weezer and Nickelback are on the same level. I would argue, so Nickelback is dad rock, but Weezer I don't think is dad rock. Read the message. It's too late. I didn't read the message, fuck. I'm a fool. 'Twas I the fool. Rip. Unfortunately, it has gone to the void. Shit. Weezer the Mall. Oh no. I should say the message in the email. Did I get an email? That's not the right email account. Actually, it is. But it's not showing up on my phone, so... Let me refresh my inbox. Steam. Here you go, haha, funny stream game. Also, Hades. Hades nuts are getting testicular torsion. I cast summon testicular torsion on you, and I roll a nat 20, got him. Lipstick galore. It's to make sure that I have like the proper part full here. Excusey? Okay, fine, whatever, it's fine. If it... It's fine. We don't need to worry about it. Okay, let me go ahead and open import image. Luckily, I have this saved. Art shiz. Gift art. It's probably in shit posting, isn't it? Shitpost stuff. Here we are. I love... this song's great. Color. Okay, do I need to rasterize you? I need to rasterize you. Instructions unclear. Panicking. Rasterize. Oh. Okay, what is happening here? Select the color. There we go. Instructions unclear. Panicking. Listen, you're allowed a little panic. But yeah, now. I'm trying to, because like I could reasonably go. I think like the only place I could reasonably go in Europe are like Spain and the UK, maybe Ireland. Even though I don't speak Escuelga, I could at least like get by with English. Except for like, I think Kerry is the area that has like the infamously thick accent. Welcome on, Twiz. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. No frame draw so far. This message is a jinx. Oh, because I don't think I actually started the download. I'm glad you weren't in stream today. There's a lot of self-deprecation. Good. Well, not good. Shout out for Twiz and shout out for Nyx. Welcome on, Nyx. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. All right. Has Steam officially started the download? It has. And we are stable. Oh, Twist, thank you for the tier subscription for 22 months. Enjoy the afternoon and the emotes, you sweet bean. TTS? 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 Oh, look, 22 months makes you not want to break my spine. Self-deprecation will be met with spine snaps from hugs. Okay. Oh my, please, Starky. You only have yourself... You've done this to yourself by self-deprecating. It's C and Alec? Yeah. So both of them ended up hitting partner. So it was a bit back. Oh, hugs from Buff Chris Indus. How awful. I'm glad. The good news is I think Songify is now working as I got the updated version. But yeah.
Wretch, wretch, we're the wretch.
Starky, I am the only TTS bot. You don't need any other TTS bots. Just crisp. Just crisp. Just
Thank
crisp.
you, Crisp.
Just crisp. Just crisp. Just crisp.
I think it's let me check real quick. What I'm trying to remember what the remove the last song is. It's specific for Songify. Settings, commands, remove, exclamation mark remove. Oh my god, it's Evanescence. Is it TTS bot voice is doubling for anyone? Oh god damn it. I know why it's nope for me too. Okay. Good news is this is at least easy one to fix. Advanced properties, where's TTS? It should be near the bottom. Hopefully that works. Probably need to mute monitor. Yes, I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. Have a funky beat. Ain't nothing like a funky beat. I need to actually play Lethal League at some point. Goth Corvette time with this song. Welcome on to Theory. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. Yeah, anyone got anything fun? I guess before it's Tuesday, so anyone got anything fun planned for the week? I don't really got anything fun this week. This upcoming weekend's looking to be pretty busy though. Got don't mind me over here. Not don't mind being over. Don't mind over and over, but it's not for everyone. That's fair. I mean, Ram Lethal. What was your sorry, real. Why did you just say that out of nowhere? Just work. Only cleaning and playing Endless Ocean for me. But yeah, I got the Ghost Hunt on Friday, leading into Saturday, and then Sunday is Mother's Day, which means I'm probably going to be going home and doing some amount of hangout stuff with mom. I'm going to be hanging out with friends this week. Ram Lethal is her name. She's a gear. Is she guilty? What is she guilty of? My bet's tax evasion. It's always tax evasion for some reason. Songs with the same lyrics repeated can annoy people. Oh, okay. Also, welcome back, Merle. Glad to have you. How was lunch? What'd you get for lunch? Was it a burger? General So leftover. Oh, I love Chinese food. I actually discovered a place near me that does pretty solid Chinese, and I need to go there more often. I made a mistake last time because I got General So's chicken, and they serve the General So's chicken there with like a pepper, basically to indicate like it's spicy. And the first time I went there, I just ate the pepper like it was nothing because it was like it didn't have the seeds in it. And then I bit into the pepper this time, and it was full of seeds. And I was like, nope, that's a mistake. Nope, not bad idea. Is it good Chinese food or good bad Chinese food? It's like genuinely quality Chinese food. It's like it's not like Americanized Chinese food. Okay, so if we do this and then desaturate it by pulling it up. Oh wait, I okay, so left is to desaturate it. Up is to make it brighter. I miss good Chinese food. All the places by me are made as bland and low sodium as humanly possible. What's the point of the Chinese food then? If you're gonna make it low sodium, like it's only good Chinese food if it's got like the MSG. Tastes like nothing. That's so sad. Also, this is like a good Chinese place because the orange chicken actually tastes like oranges. A little bit of frosting. We have a slightly more I think this is how color theory works, right? Like if it's brighter and less saturated, like from a frosted glass, I'll take the bites. Spicy beef, China Star Buffet. I those commercials are wild. Like I feel like they even at the time like that. I feel like that's like a post, like pre the amount of irony we have nowadays. But it's like I can't imagine it's being unironic like those commercials. They have to be. I'm gonna get some of that zest in there. Oh, for sure. It's actually like basically a bistro. Like it's like a lunch bistro for a nice like a super nice what's the term for, not like like Benihana, but like the actual meal that they prep.
If you don't trust message, I got a message for you. Message is safe, and you are just being a coward about good taste. Good job for having the tastes of a 40-year-old middle-class dads who listen to 20-year-old made-up stuff about message they heard from a second-hand source.
I'm looking at that, I'm like, it just does not read properly. I think the answer is we need it brighter. Like at scale, it doesn't read properly. Oh yeah, if you don't trust MSG, I got a message for you. MSG is safe and you're being a coward about good food. Here's the thing. MSG is safe, but I don't blame anyone who doesn't know that, because low-key, the reason that MSG was even ever thought to be not safe in the first place is because of the sugar industry. Like, sugar industries lobbied for, like, testing into MSG to make it seem not safe. It's actually something they've done with salt as well. Like, sugar, like, companies lobby for a lot of stuff. Like, specifically to try and draw attention away from the fact that they're probably the cause for most of, if not, like, the vast majority of, like, modern health problems. Which is why, like, I'm actually trying to switch over from, like, full sugar soda to diets. I actually need to probably switch over to tea, but, like, that's a step-by-step process. I mean, she can have effects on people. My mom gets migraines from it, and she drinks enough water. That might be psychosomatic, because there was basically no indicator for, like, there was no strong predictor between MSG and migraines. The sugar, dairy, and beef industries, the big three bad food industries, yeah. There's a reason I just do not eat red meat much nowadays. The Chinese place where I have orange bits and there's orange chicken, that sounds delicious. How does that look? There we go. That looks pretty good. Okay. I'm going to use the restroom, and then we're probably going to move to rendering. So, wait, I get to do the artist thing. All right. See you in a bit. Enjoy the vibes. All right, I have returned. I joined just in time for the Weezer. Do you know that 40% of U.S. agriculture is not edible for humans and is just cow food? That sounds about right, honestly. Think of this save, Slushy. Render this plants grab. Okay. You should probably have saved after I remove the be right back. All right. How in the world do I render? You're leveling your if you're leveling craters on the bathroom floor, your ass might be too fat. Okay. Prove that. What? Okay. Oh, it's always like the first streamer bot thing that always like takes for way too long for whatever reason. Be the cutest girl on Twitch, you can't deny this. Shadows first and light source. That's fair. I guess to be fair, so it's detailing. So detailing mostly for like these, like little like dots, and then shadows, and then light source. I don't think Z has anything analogous to that, so. Color. What happens if I hide the line art layer? That's a little horrifying, but not bad. Okay. There's just like some minor splotches here and there. Actually, this is kind of a situation where I feel like increasing brush size makes a lot of sense. The song is not actually that horrid. It's not that bad. It's not great. Like, I wouldn't choose to listen to it willingly, but like, I think it's maybe too big. Good Weezer is good. Just yeah, Good Weezer is just everything else mediocre. Okay. There we go. A little bit of detail work, and now I think this is a use case for multiply and add layers, right? I believe with add layers you can add lighting, and then multiply layers you can make it darker. I think that's how it works. Also, let me go ahead and because like I can blend this a little bit. Okay, that's not the right color. Why is it? Why is it so much lighter? Hello? Blending mode add. Okay. Normal. There we go. That's the problem. There we go. Starting the bot messed up again. How do I do wrong song? Exclamation mark remove. There we go. See, that's actually, that looks pretty good.
Rats, where rats, where the rats.
Exclamation mark remove.
So Ariel, why are you like this? I don't like that effect too much. I like the blending a little bit. There you go. Like I think the blending has a place. I'm still kind of learning what effects look good and which ones are like only look good in my head. Yeah, like that looks good. I should probably be on pen and not. Oh, does he have something going with his? Does he have the specks in his hair too? He does. What is? What the fuck? Also, I realized one thing I need to do with the line work is banger. There you go. Just a little bit something to imply some layeredness to it. There we go. I do feel like I'm getting better at art. It's just a very, very slow process. Do you know that there's an entire video on why Elmo ruined Sesame Street? What did Elmo's like, how? Oh, fuck me, I'm on the wrong layer. Okay, well, I was gonna have to redo this anyway, because this is supposed to be on the color layer. Okay. Get rid of this, because that's not supposed to be there at all. This is the line work layer. That makes sense, but also it makes me feel a little dumb for the way I did that initially. You okay, Starky? Just a little layer struggle. Just a little layer struggle. There we go. That's probably fine. Just a little bit of markings. Blame Spotify for this one. Is Spotify messed up? I mean, I love funky beat. Ain't nothing like a funky beat. There we go. Okay. So first shadow, then okay, so multiply layer first. Let's go and get rid of that, because I was just using that for color picking. So remove the badge. New layer. It'd be a new raster layer, I guess. And this is a... So start with multiply, because that's... And then lower opacity. Okay, so what if I do something like this? Okay, I can kind of okay, so this is kind of like a way to do cell shading. Oh, that's actually kind of a fun. Oh wow, that's actually a lot of fun. Oh, come on now. uh Okay, so I want it to be like kind of like that. Kind of. I think that looks about right. I mean, we can color it and then see. Actually, I went so let's think. We're thinking about lighting now. I like the idea of the light being somewhere up here. Like, this is where I think the light should be coming from. So I kind of like it's this. Kind of? Also, as I've gotten better at art, I've learned just how massively useful layers are. Layers are so overpowered. Which is funny because, like, I think the first time I ever drew on the stream, I was like, layers, what do I need those for? I bought some Reese's for my desk. It was a mistake because my brain seizes unlimited. Oh, well, running out of... There's probably no future for me. I am unfortunate because I learned the joy that is a Reese's peanut butter cup and then realized I was allergic to peanut butter. Layers good? Layers very good. Okay, so that kind of looks like it's directly above him. Some artists draw on 1 layer, some artists use 100 layers. I might turn into the artist that uses 100 layers. That might be my future. Starky, no. It's always it's always the worst when an allergy turns out to be something you like. All the more layers. Listen, my PC can handle it. This is a powerful computer. Okay. Oh, 14 werewolves. Thank you for the follow-up. Glad to have you. Oh my god, that username. Oh no. Dark Souls boss music starts playing. Oh my god, absolutely iconic. Your PC might be strong, but drawing the long layers, drawing the wrong layer. You're not wrong. Actually. Wow. There we go. Is this right? Those poor Denny's employees feel bad that you're cleaning up behind, but they're just there. You know, listen, I feel like if you advertised your Denny's employment as like you would get to interact with werewolves, I feel like that's a selling point for that position.
Not.
I think it's
Not.
I think because it needs to follow the jawline. Nut. Okay, I think we're at the level where we need a bigger eraser. Airbrush. I'm also gonna be one of those artists that you relies on the airbrush way too much. It's so useful for blending. I just like I think it might be just like the play might be just to leave the chin. Like do this to kind of imply. Oh, so I think part of is because like the blending here is actually if I just blend that a little bit. That is not looking bad actually. Wait, am I learning how to art? I'm scared. Chad, am I figuring out this whole art thing? It's not perfect by any means, but it doesn't look bad. You might. I'm scared. Okay. Color. I see this here. It's happening. Okay, back to the multiply. Okay. Go ahead and... Oh my god. Wait. Holy shit. I actually think I might like shading. I think shading might be my favorite part of the process so far. I might not be. I'm probably gonna need to learn how light works. But this is actually a lot of fun to be like, okay, so okay. Okay. Oh hey, Hades 2 finished downloading. I'm surprised because there was that said it was like 4 GB. Dang. Okay. I guess it would be kind of like here, wouldn't it? Because if I think about like how the arm. And no frames were dropped somehow. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. It's weird because like sometimes when I uh like my frames will just drop for no reason. Just inexplicably. Oh, Starky's trying to start his internet for not fucking up. Hell yeah. I definitely need to learn because I'm looking at these lines now, and these lines look so wrong with this kind of shading. I really need to learn how to do stuff lineless. Because it just reads like it doesn't read that bad. At really, I think if I thin the lines out, it wouldn't be that big of a problem. It doesn't look great, but is this Courage the Cowardly Dog remix? That was just the Courage the Cowardly Dog like. This is the Courage the Cowardly Dog beat. You can't convince me that this isn't just Courage the Cowardly Dog. I mean, it's a banger for sure. I think figuring out highlights is going to be a little bit more difficult for me personally. Because highlights can be a lot more sharp, whereas like this is tends to be just like okay, you're mostly just like figuring out shadows and stuff. That does a lot to actually make this feel like it's more in 3 dimensions. That's so strange. Oh, think of the save. That's a good point. Actually, what I can do is probably just like just basically like highlight the lines and then erase the stuff that's on the side on the forefront. and then blend it a little bit here. This is a lot. This is really cool. Okay. I think that's enough for Alec. I don't see anywhere that would be like an obvious in it, like they would need additional. Although I guess okay. How does this gonna work? I guess like if I like that and then shade this a little bit deeper. You kind of like indicate that it's like kind of blocking some of the sun. That looks good actually. Translucent liquid shading is a time. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna keep it like that. Just enough to be like, okay, there's it's letting some amount of light through, but it's mostly opaque. I think is what I'm looking for there. If I do get into honestly, because like I'm not a I need to remove that. I'm not opposed to drawing certain like certain more furry oriented stuff like goo and whatever goo latex. Although that's going to require some amount of like here's the logistics of painting that. There's a lot of tutorials online I'm sure I can use that are like okay, Alec, it's time for you to go back to the nether realm of not being visible. That's moderately horrifying. Okay, back to multiply. I definitely think color, because with this I think the light's going to come more from like up here. So there's definitely some amount of like a part of me is like afraid that I'm going to overuse shading and like it's going to make this look horrible. At this point, I think just increase the brush size. Actually, with kind of the pose I'm choosing from, I don't actually have to shade that much on Z. I feel a little bit bad. I feel like I put way more effort into Alec's side. Okay, let's rotate. I'm definitely better at vertical lines than I am at horizontal, so. Also, I need to remember that I can just erase, so. Back to spray paint. That's too much. I don't like it. There we go. Perfect. Okay, I think one thing that I can do is if I erase this, and so it becomes clear that there's, yes. Perfect. Yes. Okay. And then okay, so we actually can't see the other arm area. I can add shading here though. So like I can probably sharpen up the shading here. There's a lot of nice vibe music going on, and I appreciate that. God, okay, I need to definitely. I think the recurrent theme of this is like I need to do better about my line work. It's like most of my issues at this point are these big, huge lines. Okay. Oh, whoopsies. All right, perfect. Although I can probably add like a little bit of shading up here still. Yeah, the thick lines and this form of shading clash super hard. But like I can learn to fix thick lines by just using a thinner brush, basically. Okay, now it's time for highlights, which is also a new raster layer. Move that above the multiply. That is a add, I guess. I think add is what happens. Oh, I need to probably lower opacity, don't I? Okay, wow. That's wild, actually. A good time, you mean? We love a good goo time here. Like, that's... Goo is good. Okay, I think maybe the effect is too strong. There we go. Just to slight amount. Goo is great. I don't know, there's something very appealing about it, and I could not tell you why. The human psyche is weird sometimes. Okay. Okay, so you don't... I guess you kind of want to do, like, opposites. Okay. I guess to be fair, because with lighting, it's a lot more, like, harsh. It's a lot more edged. I wonder if, like, I feel like with the number of streamers I know who are some flavor of goo, you could probably make a goo-based Twitch team. I don't like that effect. I need to be more light with it. I think is pun unintended, but I think I need to use it more like light more sparingly. This is definitely a skill that's going to need to develop a little bit. Shadows, I'm fine. I think that I might be one, because, like, I definitely know that you can just draw things brighter and then use shadows as, like, basically reverse highlights. Oh my god, no. Please. Okay, wait. No, never mind. It is one of the, yep. I was about to say, like, is this one of those, like, extremely sexual country songs? Yep, I fucking knew it. I hate it here. I'm so sorry for the Raiders who came into this, but it's unfortunately kind of par for the course. Wait, did Scribbly Noodle change their name? Uh, I'm so lost with this new job. Uh, I don't think they changed. I don't think so. Getting whiplash from hearing a country singer say bussy. I just realized I have to marry 37 people in Stardew Valley. I don't think there was. Oh, hold up a moment. I'm going to fix that. I missed Alec and Scribbly getting partner. Yep, they both got partner, and on the same day too. Honestly, I think that's all the highlight we need to add to Z. Swear it wasn't intentional, but for whatever I did, I made Z's side of the thing so much easier. I think the emotes, yeah, the emote prefix changed. I think he's still Scribbly Noodle. I come back to this song. I'm so sorry. No. I I feel like I would need a mod to. I don't know if there's a way for mods to like check the songs. I guess Spotify is like in theory the things on there are supposed to be at least somewhat acceptable, but you know. Okay. We just have a little bit more. It's stout now. Yes. Okay. We have literally just one more raster layer to go, and that is going to be the direct highlights. And that's mostly just for small stuff like eyes. I need to figure out how to make like believable eye. I know it's got to be like on the same side. Hmm. What if I increase the? Oh god, that highlights the. I do this. Maybe that looks okay. But okay, I'm convinced. That looks good enough for me. It's not perfect by any means, but at least it looks like there's life behind the eyes. I wonder if I want to do some emotes next. Because I do need to add a bunch of new emotes, and at this point I feel like I'm confident enough in my art where I'd be okay putting them up. Wrong layer. Make a dab. Okay. There's probably like a more convincing way to make this work. But this works for now as like a cheap sort of like, it makes the eyes look like they're alive. Even if they're not like the most, like the best looking way of handling the situation. Okay. Oh, this is it's pretty good, nicely done. I think I can add just a couple more. There's like 2 things I want to add real quick. No, that doesn't quite read right. The problem is I like made them like what if I shade that down like shade it down slightly and then wrong layer. Okay. Am I still okay? I am using I'm using the pen. I was like, okay. And then if I go back to this layer, direct highlights, come here, and then perfect. Okay, well that's a small problem I have to fix, but there we go. I'm looking at Alex and I'm like, there we go. I think this is good. Definitely a lot of stuff learned. Ever look at your a thing and I'm like, ugh. Okay. So let me. Oh, it's still rotated. There we go. There we go. I give myself like a 6, 7 out of 10. A lot of stuff to improve, but overall, I think it looks pretty okay. I think I did a good job. I will go so far as to say that. Okay. Time to post this, I guess? Okay. Export single layer PNG. Alec and Z. Finalize partner. Gift art. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Starky, well, thank you. I am very much astounded at my progress, I guess. 5 months of art, it turns out, actually does a lot in terms of helping you realize how a lot of this stuff goes. Okay, I guess nothing to do for it besides post now. Although, like, this is like the hardest part about fucking art is being like, I gotta post it to platforms. I gotta make it so other people can see it. Low key, I think that's the real hard part of being an artist. Oh my god. Okay, where are we at? Okay, Blue Sky and Twitter. Those are the places I usually post stuff like this. Okay. Art. Gift art. All right. Time for me to figure out what people's hashtags are. Okay, cool. That one's easy. I feel like there's like certain accounts that Twitter really does not want to be acknowledged. When I just autocomplete the last core quest for me, nice. Like there's certain times where I'm like, yeah, I want to at this person, so that way like they can, you know, so that way they can like, you know, see the thing, and then it's like, okay, at, and then I type the first part of their name, and then it's just like, nope, that account doesn't exist. It would not shock me if Twitter did that. Oh, absolutely. Make a bit late to the party, but I did want to make a gift piece for some friends who recently hit race. Hit partner. Congrats. A big congrats to both Alec. Yeah, like so I type in Alec, Alligator, and then it shows me. Yeah, what the fuck? Weird. Genuinely such inexplicable, like, I type in alligator and it gives me at alligator. I type in 3 and it gives me nothing. What the fuck, Twitch or Twitter? And I type in the 300 and it gives me 3 days since alligator 300 retweeted pause. At Alec Pod Twit tracker. Hello? Twitter, are you okay? Why does that Twitter account exist? Just inexplicable nonsense. Twitter has been okay since 2022. It really hasn't. To be fair, have any of us been okay since 2019? I feel like nothing's been okay since like at least 2018. Sorry, I got a big stretch. I made a lot of friends at that time and grown as a lot of the person, so it could have been worse. 2016 seems to be when everything started going to shit. Turkey, COVID really did make a new okay. Did it? Did it? Oh my god, Hi-Fi Rush is trending, presumably because of the fact that Tango Studios is going under. That's nonsense. What I'm wondering is, like, how did that happen? Because, like, as far as I'm aware, Tango Studios hasn't released anything since Hi-Fi Rush. Yeah, it seems to have knocked the standard of okay down by like 8 notches. All right. And hit post. Now, Blue Sky. Okay, gift art. Oh, I think they should have both the same ats on this platform. Perfect. It's literally the same, just dot art. All right. What do we do now? Oh, while I wait for that to upload. We could do games. We could do more art. I could start doing emotes. Yeah, I haven't spontaneously burst into flames today, so I guess I'm doing okay. God, that's how it fucking feels sometimes. Art. More art, specifically. games. I could also work on some streamer-bot stuff. Okay, go ahead and make that like a 2-minute poll. Like how the internet blames the dark time started when Harambe died. I mean, it's not necessarily the most incorrect starting position for the shit itself hitting... Wait, poll was already made? Yes, I made that poll. If we do have games, like I got a bunch of games. We could do Hades. I guess Hades 2 is probably the play given the fact that we just got it. I'm gonna use a restroom. So in the meantime, we will enjoy the vote for whatever you'd like to see. Be right back.